The day we have been waiting for since July of 2021 is finally here. It's been announced, and it's been announced in a very interesting, very casual way. Not the precise return of McGregor, but we know he will be competing against Michael Chandler next, and he will be the coach against Michael Chandler in the 31st season of The Ultimate Fighter. First of all, The Ultimate Fighter has been terrible the past few little times, and now we've got McGregor on it. And I really wanted Covington versus McGregor on The Ultimate Fighter, but we've got Chandler. Oh, that is so exciting. I'm like, there's times where it's like throughout the year I'm like, oh, I don't actually, he's lost his hype a little bit, but then as soon as something like this gets announced, I'm like, it's just unbelievable. Oh, so team chat May 30th. That's soon. So if it lasts 8 weeks or so, probably July, August, September, McGregor's back fighting Michael Chandler live on pay-per-view. I'm interested in how this plays out because how's McGregor's leg? But you know what it is? I feel like the UFC know this could be the last time McGregor steps in the octagon if he loses to Michael Chandler, especially by a brutal fashion. If he loses regardless, this is very dangerous for the career of Conor McGregor. But I'm just happy it's been announced, and having him as a coach on The Ultimate Fighter, we get to see his personality and how funny he is, and we get to be reminded of that he's just not this mean, horrible man. I mean, he could be, you never know, but Michael Chandler's quite a nice guy, so he might not be. And we'll get to see him again every single week for 8-9 weeks. And I feel like that won't only just build the fight, it'll also give us a final taste of McGregor in case he does go out there and lose, and then most likely that's him done with MMA. And it's exciting because I did not ever think McGregor would do this. I thought he would have too much going on to ever do The Ultimate Fighter, but now it's been officially announced against Michael Chandler. I'm very happy for Michael Chandler. He's put on nothing but great performances in the UFC, and now he's getting a chance at McGregor. And then McGregor, I feel like this fight will be at 170. However, we'll have 155 implications. I just feel like that's the only logical thing for them really to do, and it also gives us, I feel like if it starts in May, June, July, August, maybe finishes, they'll fight around September, because if it finish filming in maybe like July, they'll probably fight in September, I think, maybe September, something like that. And in my last video about the Max Holloway fight, I was saying, well done to the UFC for making the start of the year, the first 4 months, amazing. Now from May, the 5th month, we're going to have McGregor every single week, and then he's going to fight. Like truly, it's just, like, this year for the UFC, I think it's going to be a massive year, especially if they can get McGregor in over the summer and December, maybe. Imagine McGregor versus Islam. He's back, and it's been announced so casually. It's not, McGregor's not even released anything on his Instagram page. It was just like I seen it on like a little news article thing, and I was like, I just finished making a video, and I was like, I stood back up, made the thumbnail, and I was like, right, let's sit and speak about this. I need to sneeze. Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. Who's gonna win? I've got to back my boy. I've got to back the main man. I've got to back McGregor personally. I think McGregor knocks him out. McGregor in his last few fights hasn't looked bad. He didn't look bad against Poirier. He didn't look bad against Poirier again. But he's put on a lot of size, he's put on a lot of muscle and a lot of strength, and if he can't find that shot, it might be the usual thing of he slows down a little bit. And I always feel like this with McGregor though. At the start of his career, he was so dominant, he went out there and destroyed people. But the fights where he became the nail a little bit, as soon as he goes from being the hammer to the nail, he kind of crumbles, I feel, a little bit. Not even mentally, just kind of physically, and his stature kind of, his demeanour is a bit, and I feel like with Dustin Poirier in their third fight, the trilogy, I feel like if his leg didn't break, he'd come out there the next round, he'd look good, he'd go for it again. And I liked seeing that killer kind of come back, the let's have a war rather than I'm going to walk through you. With Khabib, he was still going for it a little bit, but he kind of became the nail a little bit. The first Poirier fight, as soon as Poirier started landing good shots, yeah, his leg was gone, but he became the nail and he crumbled a wee bit. Michael Chandler is going to go out there and wrestle him. I truly think that. Michael Chandler in the past few months has been given so much stick because all the things are saying Michael Chandler could be fucking 5-6-0 in the UFC by now. However, he's the stupidest fighter in UFC ever. But I feel like if he beats McGregor, he gets that payday, he gets his win bonuses, his turning up bonus, and the pay-per-view points. You know, I feel like Chandler will go out there and try wrestling, but McGregor's gonna, as he said, be a refrigerator, walk them down, bully him, and I feel like we're gonna see McGregor go out there and bully Michael Chandler a little bit. Chandler doesn't. I don't like how Chandler. I'm the one thing I don't like about this tough season is, first of all, is it going to be in Vegas like always? Is it going to be in Vegas? If it is, I feel like the fight should be in Vegas, which it most likely will be, the MGM. However, McGregor's going to have to stay there for 8-9 weeks for filming. Remember, so it's just a lot goes into this stuff, and then also, I want to say this: what's up with his leg? Is his leg all right? Do you think I'm sure he'll be fine. He's coming back. You know, we'll see him on our screens in May, right? They'll start filming in end of April. Typically, they start filming, and hopefully, we'll revive the Ultimate Fighter a little bit. Like, I'm worried. I'm worried. I am worried about this because I feel like McGregor will kind of walk him down, bully Chandler a little bit, and that's how I see the fight going. But then I feel like he's got to really change his approach and take one shot at a time. You know what I mean? One shot at a time. Just get some rounds under his belt. If he comes out there and he looks amazing and he blows Michael Chandler out the water, knocks him out, then I'll be like, right, okay. However, I still want to see you against a Beneil Dariush and Oliveira, someone like that. This is a fantastic fight. It's better than the Cerrone fight. It's a really good fight from coming off a layoff because Michael Chandler's a really tough fight. Gets him right back in the mix. However, it's not like that superstar fight, like a championship fight or anything like that. And I think that's why the Ultimate Fighter really plays a big factor here in terms of the promotion for this fight and how it goes. I don't want to see them being nice to each other. I'm being honest. I want to see like I'm excited for the face-offs. I'm excited for Chandler to be looking at him all stocky and McGregor to be like, look, I'm just telling him, you're in deep trouble, kid. You know what I mean? Bro, you're in deep trouble. You're in deep trouble, brother. You're in deep trouble. And then Michael Chandler just being like, we'll see. I'm going to hurt you. I'm sorry. I have respect for you, but I'm going to hurt you. Just anything like that. The excitement of McGregor speaking to someone and just, oh, vamos hell. Oh, my. It's just like he's back. He's with it. He's 34. By the time he fights next, he might be 35 years old. Which is scary. A 35-year-old. So this next few years has to be active if he wants to get the belts back, if he wants to train hard. And I think he probably knows that in his mind. He has to kind of be dedicated the next few years and he can relax and stuff after. I feel like Michael Chandler will excite him as well. I feel like him being on TV for 8 weeks and everybody hearing what he's saying about the confidence. It's not like a press conference the week of the fight. It's 8 weeks before, a few weeks after, then the fight, and then, you know, it's a bigger stage for a longer time, and I feel like it's perfect for the UFC. It's perfect for the UFC because I think they kind of maybe know if McGregor loses this, there's not much more opportunity to have these big super fights. We're running out of superstars. I feel like O'Malley versus Vera needs to happen in June or something like that, or on the undercard of this. Have O'Malley fight for a title on this undercard. You need someone. You need this to be the changing of the guard moment, regardless if McGregor loses. And I'm not just saying this to say McGregor's done, because McGregor is the most, in my opinion, the greatest of all time in terms of what he's done and just changed the landscape of fighting in general and monetary for companies and promotion and fame and opportunities he's created. However, this is what I'm gonna say. Regardless if McGregor wins or regardless of if McGregor loses, you need to have a changing of the guard moment. Fucking fill this card with superstars. Paddy Pimblett, O'Malley, up-and-comers. Paddy Pimblett versus Tony Ferguson on this card. or Michael Johnson. Ian Gary, main card, against someone like Kevin Holland. Have Beneil Dariush versus... I was going to say Beneil Dariush versus Islam Makhachev, but McGregor will be the main event, so we can't do that. Unless you make this for an interim belt, right? But we need O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling or Henry Cejudo on this card. The ultimate changing of the guard. If McGregor wins, fantastic. But if McGregor loses, the guard's changed, and we've got the next... We'll kind of all accept it's over now. The new era's begun. Let's start putting our money and time and investments into these new superstars. I feel like this is the last chance. I feel like the Ultimate Fighter is the perfect way to promote it and remind everybody of what McGregor's like, because we haven't seen him properly since 2016. It's time to change the guard, and it breaks my heart saying that, but this card has to be that. I might make a video building the Michael Chandler Conor McGregor card. I hope you're all excited. Thanks very much.